So I have a hermaphrodite doe kid, which is her right there. Faith, right here, the one that looks like a buck kid. I've noticed a few months now how she is very buckish, and she's got a full-on beard, as you can see it. She's got long hair across her withers there and down her back. She will drink the other doe's pee. She blabbers, paws, and mounts the other does, acting like a pure buck. So I got a hold of the breeder, and she said that she was extremely sorry that she already had this happen to 2 other doe kids that she had, but she noticed them within the first 3 weeks of life. She was actually a triplet. She was born with 2 brothers. And she said when you're a large breeder like she is, not as large as like Country Winds, which is the bloodlines that Ariel's got and Zeus, the farm they came from. But I bought 2 bucks from the same farm where she come from, and she is actually Prince's, the brown buck that I have, his brother's daughter. And she said that she's had problems with, had a few issues also with Prince's brother throwing cleft-jawed goats. So she's not going to be breeding him no more. And I told her, I said, should that be something I'm looking for out of, you know, Prince, since my plans were to breed Ariel and Aurora to Prince. But I've got a daughter right there, Winnie. She's a daughter out of Prince. I had another daughter out of Prince go to up north, and there really isn't anything I can see, you know, wrong with them. So maybe his genetics, even though his brother's got these issues going on, he didn't end up getting that. So that could be a plus. So right now I've got what I paid for, and she told me, well, you could raise her up a little more and then take her to the market. You know, you got a few options. Because I was still making payments on her. So now I don't owe anything, but I feel like, man, I would have never even got a goat that was a hermaphrodite in the first place. You know, and now I'm stuck with one. I can't take her to the meat auction right now. She ain't big enough. I would lose money on her. And it would probably take a year for me to actually have her, and that's another year, you know, that I'm going to have to feed an extra mouth that isn't actually going to do anything for me. And she says, well, you could always keep her too as a doe and detector for does that are in heat, because she is very good at that. I mean, she's told me who was in heat the last couple of weeks and everything, but that still, I can't see feeding her like that. And for me to justify keeping her another year just so I can get what I got into her out of her isn't going to justify that either, I don't believe. If they can't have babies, they will not be here on the farm. Because my point is having dairy goats is for our own milk. For others who want fresh goat's milk, who can't have goats, to do herd shares, which I do. Make my soaps, lotions, bath bombs, and bath salts from my goat's milk. To have all that done. With that being said, I mean, I'm just kind of, I'm a little disappointed. And I couldn't figure out how she's pretty bossy. You know, with her being a smaller doe kid, you wouldn't think she could get bossed around that much, but she actually puts up her own. And that would make sense because she's thinking she's a buck. And she's not. She's actually got a sticker outer in her vulva. which I never noticed. I didn't even know that you could do. I've never dealt with any of my doe kids ever being a hermaphrodite. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, it's not a good thing. So I got to make a decision of what I'm going to do with her. Or she could make somebody just a good pet goat if they wanted to give me what I got into her, or what I've paid for her, you know, and they could do that, but she's never going to be able to have babies, and she's going to act like a buck, but she won't smell. I mean, that was another thing she said, your option. You've got a heat detector that doesn't smell. She thinks she pees on herself. I mean, she does just the way the bucks do when they pee on their front legs and try to drink their own pee. She actually tries to do that. And we got to make a decision. Because she was one of my French goats that I was going to keep the lines going with. But I could build just like I've been doing off of Ariel. And then I've got 2 outside does, which is Jasmine and Hope. Or that one right there, Hope. That are 2 outside does. But they're related closely to Lancelot, so I'd have to watch. I could breed their daughters to Prince, and then breed those daughters from Prince back to Lancelot, and I'd still be fine. But these girls are scheduled to be with Zeus, which I'll get Waddles too. So we'll see what else we can get into later today. Stay tuned. Sunday, September 10th. And we're getting ready to take 2 loads to a customer of wood. My husband's cleaning the truck out because it's got cat hair and cobwebs in it, so he didn't want us riding in that. Elijah's patiently waiting to get the truck loaded to unloaded, to load to unload. So my husband went up to grab the skid steer and to grab a round bale so we can feed these girls on their pallet up there. The boys still need to eat quite a bit of theirs. We're going to let them just try to eat it a little more for another couple days. And then my husband said he's got to clean all that up because there's quite a bit sitting in there. So that's what we're doing. I've already grained them, but I think I'm going to have to throw some more out here so he can at least get the bale in there. Maybe not everybody rush us, but that's what happens when you got a big herd. And that's the way you got to do things. So she is available. That's my hermaphrodite girl there. And she just needs a home where she can be either a pet or somebody else's buddy for a horse or something. That's what she's got to go for. Because I don't want to keep her and try to raise her up just to send her to the market. I'd rather her go to a home where she can at least be loved and everything, because she is a sweet girl, even though she thinks she's a buck. But that being said, I'm going to wait for my husband to get here. I'm probably going to throw some more feed in that to try to kosher everybody here, but we'll see how it goes. We're still too damp to do any groundwork, and that's, I don't know. My husband says I'm going to have to build a different pen for Odessa from where I originally wanted her at, but I'm not sure how to do it yet. I said I don't have another hut to put her in. I don't have anything of that to do. bucket. And that one over there is our tooth bucket. I was gonna say, that is an awful big toad running. That's not what it was. He's gonna spray that out. Sand, dust. And we still are collecting more scrap. And then my husband's actually gonna take these tires and those tires. The tires he just took off the rims and tires off his truck and put new ones on it. And then those tires are gonna go, and then we've got a set of those tires that my husband says he's gonna use to make a gymboree for the goats in each pen. So, well, I'm not sure if that'll be done this year or next year when the continuity of their pens become permanent. But, yep. That's what's going on. I thought maybe we'd come up real quick. I'm just kind of going to straggle a few videos of a couple days together. Nothing I can really do about that, but just not doing a whole lot. And I just feel like I video almost the same stuff every day, but that is the way that our lives work here on this little farm in the woods. And look at that little pumpkin. We might be able to have a pumpkin, possibly, but you know, my strawberry runners that I picked and planted, they're doing great. I was curious to see if anything more was going to come up. I see we got one coneflower there and one coneflower there. This is pretty dry. I didn't think any more was going to come up. I did my review and said my piece, so, and then nothing came up of these. I gave them, they shouldn't even got 1 star, but I did give them a star. And then I've got 1 and 2 strawberry runners right here that are trying to come back, so I'm still dealing with those. My habaneros are actually starting to produce habaneros. I got them down here. Just trying to see what they're right here. It's got a couple on there. It's got one right there, and I think one over here, but I'm not for sure. This one doesn't. My jalapeno peppers. This one's got a few peppers on it, and this one's covered in them. It's got them everywhere. The green beans are pretty much done. Still crunchy. I see I got some tomatoes I need to pick. I might be able to get some of those candied maybe. It's a nice one. I was like, come out to the garden, need to pick a few, right? We can get a few picked while we're sitting here together, chit-chatting. This one fell. That's okay, she's still great. Just needs to be washed off a little bit. There's another one I think I should go ahead and pull. And I have more. And I got this one right here. Looks like I might have another one over there. I'll pull this one. These are all pretty much done too. I mean, they're not flowering no more. It's just what they got left. Have to turn. Where was that other one? Right here. That's a nice little yellow boy. Oh, look it. I actually have one that turned. About darn time. That's a yellow one. Just wondering, when are these going to turn? Or these ones even. This thing is the hot ones. It's a nice yellow one, or orange. I think it's yellow, but I'm not sure. Just picking from the garden. It's always nice. See, I almost thought these were done because I didn't hardly get any zucchini this year. Just a couple, and I already ate them, fried them up and ate them. There's one of our roosters running around, wild. Yeah, see, that one's dead. And then for my squash, it's still trying to produce flowers, as you can see. But overall, I mean, it's pretty much done with. And then that butternut squash was done on the help of my husband. Nothing like eating green beans and your hands smell like buck. That's true farming. That's how you get immune to stuff. Some of these are a little hard, so I'm gonna probably just leave them, let them dry themselves out, and then I'll save their seeds. But I got a lot of canning to do. My asparagus, let it all go to seed, but a few pieces I ate. And there's that. Thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Thank you to all our new subscribers, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Till next time. God bless.